Hello, my name is Yarisa Maharani Putri, and in this video, I would like to give a verbal adjudications of MUDC 2020 Open Final. So I will share the score. All right. So in the first place, there is a closing government as the winner, and the second place is closing opposition, and in the third place is opening opposition, and in the fourth place is opening government. So here's the actual score that I gave to the speakers. For Prime Minister, 78. For Deputy Prime Minister, 76. From the opening opposition, I give Leader Opposition, 78. Deputy Leader Opposition, 78. And in the closing government, I gave the Member of Government, 81. And also for the Government Whip, 81. For closing opposition, I give the Member of Opposition, 81. And opening for opposition whip 80. So here's the reason behind those rank and those score. Uh, First, from the closing government, why they are in the first place and have the the same score 81, because the closing government delivers the argument very well. It is superb. The clarity and the organization are well arranged. The main argument and responses are outlined in a clear way and orderly way. And the argument from them is the highlight is to not make the urban area as a powerhouse is quite true. And the point of their argument also trying to develop every aspect in rural areas, such as from developing the education and also making an UMKM, such as like that. And between closing government and closing opposition is actually very tight for me to decide. But uh, how they deliver the argument is actually wins in this position. It is very well and very clear. It's calm and easy to understand for people when hearing that. And for the closing opposition, they have very strong and persuasive argument actually, and they even use numerical data and realistic data for their arguments, which always makes sense if they state it. But from the opposition whip is actually the manner is too much. I mean, why it's too much? Because he talks really fast, which giving a lot of gesture, which makes the argument is hard to understand. But the focus of their argument from closing opposition is very giving so many and giving various argument, such as focusing on urban area from the means have a better internet broadband, strong health protocol, which make it habitable. And when it comes like this again, there will be no loss. So it kind of right. And yeah, that's very good argument, very clear. But yeah, the manner just they have to step back, they one step away from the closing government. And then in the third place, the is opening opposition. From opening opposition, the argument is actually various and doesn't restate the same argument over and over. And the uh, they're focusing on supply chains between rural and urban area, which between these two bottom place of opening opposition and opening government is actually also very tight. But for me to decide is actually the argument. The argument is actually the opening opposition win uh, from the opening government, because the argument is very various and so many argument to state. Uh, they try to they in their argument they're trying to make that it should be focused on the supply chain or economical chain. But what makes the opposition opening opposition in the third place is actually the manner from deputy leader opposition that it's quite irritating because DLO doesn't have well preparation and it makes all of the people have to wait for him to drink or something else, which for me it doesn't need, it's not necessary at all. And in the last place, for opening government in for prime minister, the prime minister always restating the same argument over and over, which makes it is very clear, but it doesn't give a lot of reason why it should be stated over and over. Uh, like the example is they try to focusing on agricultural area more than office workers who works from home post COVID for economical stage in Indonesia. Uh, the prime minister always stating this over and over, which doesn't give the reason of the which a clear explanation about why the prime minister was stating over and over. And also from deputy prime minister, I give a bit low from prime minister because so many misspells of word of the argumentation, which it is quite affecting the deliver of the speech, which makes also hard to understand because there are so many misspelled word with which make it really confused to be understand. Maybe it's because of nervous of something, but it surely give a lot of effects from for the final speech. But overall, this is the scoring from me, and I hope this is clear. And thank you.